Hello dear students, in this video I'll be explaining the first 10 MCQs of the topic Methods of Purification and Analysis from the online resource Save My Exams. I'll be explaining that how we can approach to the correct answer, giving the justification and sharing the correct answer. So let's start. In the first question, they're asking us that how can we separate or get a pure sample of barium sulfate from barium carbonate. So we need a reagent in which one of the component of the mixture reacts and dissolves, whereas the other components doesn't show any reaction. So according to that explanation, Bravo can be used as a technique where HCl and sulfuric acid will react with barium carbonate. As we know, the carbonates react with the acids, so they will dissolve and react and produce carbon dioxide water and barium chloride, whereas as barium chloride is soluble, so it will dissolve in water, and barium sulfate remains insoluble, so it can be filtered in water. So we can approach the correct answer by just knowing that one of the components should dissolve or react and the other component should remain insoluble or unreactive. So it can be separated by filtration and washing. So the correct answer is Bravo. The second question is, which property of the liquid esters can be used to check the purity before it is used as a flavoring? Before using as a food flavoring. So to check the purity, we know that the substance which is pure is having a fixed melting in the boiling. So of course, just looking at the boiling point, we can say that or know that the given substance is pure. So the answer should be alpha. Third question is asking us, so you can see it clearly, but that is out of the focus. Okay, in the third question, they're asking which method can be used to method of separation is using this RF value calculation. So as we know from the chromatographic technique that RF value is calculated for a given substance to check its purity. So of course, just knowing that information and from the basic knowledge of chromatography or the process, we know that RF value is related to the process of chromatography for the method of which is used as a physical separation. So the answer should be alpha. The question number 4 is asking us, they are giving us an apparatus which is being set up to separate a mixture of ethanol and water, and the boiling points are given, and the question is that which of the following graphs shows the concentration of ethanol in the boiling flask. In the apparatus, first we should know where the boiling flask is. So where my cursor is rolling, this is the boiling flask, so the mixture of ethanol and water is in it. When it is heated, what will happen? The ethanol will start boiling, which is temperature, this boiling point is less than water. So what will happen? Ethanol will start evaporating, boiling off, and then passing through the fractionating column, pass to the condenser and separate it. So what will happen? The concentration of ethanol will start decreasing in the boiling flask. So which of the graph you think should go for this? That the concentration is decreasing. So of course not alpha, Bravo and delta. So Charlie will be the answer. If the concentration of ethanol is decreasing with the passage of time as the process proceeds. In question number 5, they're showing us the fractionating column for separating the different fractions of crude oil. So the question is, which row explains why fraction R is selected above fraction S? Before approaching to the correct answer, let me explain you how this process works. The crude oil is first heated in a furnace to vaporize it, and then it is led to the fractionating column where the different fractions of the petroleum is separated on the basis of its boiling point. So the component having the lesser boiling point will go to the top of the fractionating column, and it is a lighter fraction, like its molecular mass should be lesser as compared to the one which represents the bottom, because the one with the which are heavier fractions are having the higher boiling point, so they will be present at the bottom. So using this information, we know that the boiling point of R, which is present above S, should be having the lesser or the lower boiling point than S, and as well as it should be the lighter fraction. So its average molecular mass of R should be less than or smaller than S. So according to this information explanation, delta should be the correct answer for this question. The next question is, a mixture of the two substances are spotted on the piece of chromatographic paper, and the paper is inserted in the beaker containing the liquid. This liquid mixture is the solvent in which this component should be soluble. According to the process of chromatography, we know that the spot of the mixture is placed or dropped over the chromatographic paper on the baseline, and then this chromatographic paper is dipped into this container, making sure that this mixture drop shouldn't be dipped into the liquid, otherwise it will be dissolved into this liquid and we cannot proceed with the correct process. So using this information, the answer is, let me first read the question. For separation of the substance to occur, the spot of the mixture must be, as I have already explained you, the spot should be above the level of the liquid. So of course alpha cannot be the correct answer. This spot should be soluble in the liquid, otherwise it will not travel on the chromatographic paper as the solvent will travel. So Bravo is the correct answer for this. In question number 7, they are saying that a lollipop contains traces of poisonous green dye. We are having a boiling point of 73, and two harmful dyes, orange and red, and blah blah blah. So what is the best method by which the green dye must be determined? We know from the application of paper chromatography that it is used to detect the poisonous substance, determine the purity, check the purity, to separate the different components in the blood or maybe in some dye. So just looking at the applications, we know that to check the purity, as the word poisonous has been used, we know, and the dyes have been separated, we know that paper chromatography should be the correct method to separate. The next question is, they have given us the mixture of copper sulfate and sand, asking us to separate and arrange the different processes in order. So we know that when copper sulfate is dissolved in water, is soluble in water, sand is insoluble in water. So of course, dissolving, filtration, evaporation and crystallization is the correct technique and the correct sequence. So delta is the correct answer. Question number 9, oxygen was prepared by this method and the few test tubes has been rejected. They are asking why. Let me tell you that in the test tube which has been inverted over a trough of water contains some air in it. So this air is high, containing 78% nitrogen. So if we have to reject the first few tubes, because that would be containing, yes, you're right, nitrogen. So the correct answer is charred. Question number 10 is telling us about the two statements, which is about the fractional distillation, which is a technique to separate different fractions of petroleum, and the second statement is telling us that the fractions with the lower boiling point are found at the top of the fractionating column. So these both statements are correct, but the statement 1 is not explaining statement 2, because the statement 1 is just telling us about that fraction distillation is a process which is used to separate different fractions of crude oil, and the second statement is telling us that the fractions with the lower boiling point are present at the top of the fractionating. So second statement is not explaining the first statement, and neither the first statement is explaining the second. So Bravo is the correct answer, that both statements are correct, but statement 2 doesn't explain statement 1. So that is all. The remaining worksheet will be explained if you'll ask me to do so, or you can contact me for the online classes. I'll give my contact number. You can WhatsApp me and contact me for the online classes. So I'll give my contact number in the description section, and in case you need any support, any help, or any topic you want me to explain, so please comment in the comment section, which is open for you. Thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next video. God bless you.